Welcome to day number 5. Today, I hope you enjoyed that clip that I'm gonna stick in right at the beginning of this. I got right down to the gangway and they were taking the first few trailers off. But stick around till the end of the video to get a clip of them taking the trailers off the top deck of the ship, which I believe we call the spar deck. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed them. Today I'm going to talk about how many crew members are on this ship. Some people seem to be surprised at how many crew members it actually takes to run a vessel of this size, which is, you know, ships that are roughly 1,000 feet, 1,000-foot containers. People always seem surprised how little crew members are on the ship. And I've answered it a few times, but I'm going to answer it for here because it's a new ship. And there is a variation of crew members compared to the other ships I've been on. So on here, for the deck side, I wrote it all down so I wouldn't forget. But we have the captain, the chief mate, the second mate, 2 third mates. The chief mate does not stand a bridge watch, so it's the second mate with me, 4 to 8, and then the third mates for the 8 to 12 and 12 to 4. And then, so it's 2 third mates, there's 3 AB watchstanders, me being one of them, and there's 3 AB maintenance sailors. The AB maintenance guys do help stand watch with AB watchstanders on occasion. For instance, coming out of Puget Sound, we have 2 ABs on the bridge, and I don't know if it's like a requirement or just a preference by the captain or the preference by the company, but it's nice for me. I think I mentioned that, where being that I'm the designated AB watchstander, an AB maintenance guy also comes up while we're going through the Puget Sound lanes, and we switch off. My first day, I chose to do every 30 minutes just to, you know, get the hang of things. I had never steered this ship, but I had to jump right on it. But typically they switch off. We switch off every hour, so it's nice to have a AB maintenance guy standing watch for that. And then also on the gangway watch here in Alaska, the AB maintenance guys switch off with the watchstanders also every hour on the gangway. But that's it for the deck. Captain, chief mate, second mate, 2 third mates, 3 AB watchstanders, 3 AB maintenance members. In the engine room, you got the chief engineer, first assistant engineer, second assistant engineer, and 3? Did I mean to put 3 or 2? I think it's 2 third assistant engineers. I believe they kind of run the same kind of schedule as us, where I don't think the first assistant engineer necessarily has a engine room watch. I think it's the second engineer and the 2 third assistant engineers. To go along with the second and 2 thirds, there's 3 OMUs, or oilers. We have 1 gude on here, that's GUDE, which is General Utility Deck Engine. The gude spends most of the time in the engine room, but gude is General Utility Deck Engine. They typically get used in the engine room more, but if something happens in the steward department, they could be pulled over into the steward department. I haven't seen that yet, but the gude also helps us with docking up. General, utility, deck, engine. So the gude will come down during docking and undocking and help the deck squad for that. Another member is the QMed, which a QMed is just like a higher rated oiler. A QMed is a qualified member of the engine department, and our QMed on here is also rated as an electrician. So it's a QMed electrician combo. He's the same guy. Steward department, typical, we have one steward, one cook, one SA. Also new on this ship, which is interesting, we have a on-board Alaska pilot. So I don't know, you could look it up. I mean, I looked it up, it's on my phone. I knew pilots get paid a lot, but we have a onboard pilot here because it's actually cheaper to have him live on the ship with us than it is for the company to hire. I mean, they have to hire the tugs anyways, but to hire the pilot boat or the tugs to bring the pilot out here, get him on, get him off. The last company I was with actually had a helicopter that brought the pilot in. So for the company standpoint, it's cheaper for them to pay to just have the pilot live on the ship with us. But get this, he only works 12 hours a week. That's it, because we only come up to Alaska once a week. So when we come up, he's on for basically like 6 hours on coming into the port, and then 6 hours again coming out of the port, and that's it. Now, don't quote me on this, you can search it for yourself, but I know the more realistic numbers. If you Google how much harbor pilots make, I want to say it starts somewhere like the average starts somewhere between like 70 or 80,000, and then the range goes all the way up to like 350, 400,000 per year. Now, I don't know where they get that like 80,000. I don't know where those pilots are coming from, because typically, from what I've heard the pilots make, it's more in that range of 150 to 350,000 per year. That's a big number, especially for a guy that's only working 12 hours a week. And I know he's in that range between the 150 and 350. I don't know where. You know, take what I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, pilots are so well paid because pilots, to become a pilot from scratch, from the bottom up, to become a pilot from the bottom up takes roughly 8 to 9 years. It's like going above and beyond getting your doctorate. But what you're doctoring is the harbor, the navigation in close harbors. But there are the other way of doing it. Instead, if you're not going from the ground up, there are ways of, if you are a sailor and if you've sailed up through the officer ratings, you got up to your captain, and you have captained a vessel through a harbor, through a specific harbor for at least like 2 or 3 years, I think, then you don't have to go through that 8-9 years of training, because you've sailed as a third, a second, a chief mate. Now you've been a captain in a specific harbor for 2 or 3 years. You know the harbor. So then you can pretty much just take your exams. From what I've read, from what I've heard, from what I've, you know, gained knowledge about myself, take what I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, after the pilot, currently right now, we have 6 contract welders from a company based out of like Alabama or something, and they are a specific welding company. This ship that we are on is being converted into an LNG ship, so it'll be running off LNG. So the 6 contract welders, there's like a lead guy, 2 foremen, and then 3 workers from what I was told, and they are in the process of fitting the ship for LNG conversion. So that's it. In total, that means we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Whoa, am I counting right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's 24 people. Plus the pilot. Plus the 6 contractors. So, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you're wondering where yesterday's video is, it's in the missing pieces on my Patreon. You can go check it out. The link's down below. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Stick around for the end clip. I'll see you tomorrow.